You're listening to the Experiencing God Day by Day podcast, brought to you by Blackaby Ministries International.
March 14th. Truth is to be experienced. Luke 5, verse 4. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water, and let down your nets for a catch." When Christ teaches you something about himself, he implements it into your life through experience. As the crowds gathered around, Jesus chose to board Peter's boat and teach the people from there. All day long, Peter sat in the boat listening to Jesus teach the multitudes. At the close of his discourse, Jesus allowed Peter to experience the reality of what he had just been teaching the crowd. The crowd had heard the truth, but Peter was to experience it. Jesus put his teaching into language a fisherman could understand. He told Peter to put out his nets into the deep water. Peter hesitated. "Master, we have toiled all night and caught nothing." Peter had been fishing all night, had washed and repaired his nets in the morning, and then listened to Jesus teach. He was tired. He probably was not expecting a dramatic encounter with God at a time like that. Yet, as Peter obeyed Jesus, he pulled in such a miraculous catch of fish that his boat almost sank. Peter was filled with amazement and recognized that he had just experienced the power of God. Luke 5, verses 4 through 11. Peter learned that with a command from Jesus, he could do anything. Thus, Jesus was able to reorder Peter's priorities from catching fish to catching men. Luke 4, verse 10. Peter's obedience led to a dramatic new insight into the person of Jesus. This was an invitation to walk with Jesus in an even more intimate and powerful way. God does not want you to merely gain intellectual knowledge of truth. He wants you to experience his truth. There are things about Jesus you will learn only as you obey him. Your obedience will then lead to greater revelation and opportunities for service.
This podcast is based on the book Experiencing God Day by Day by Henry and Richard Blackaby, published by B&H Publishing Group, music by Mark Brown.